Today we want to go ahead and take some notes on some arithmetic and geometric sequences. So a couple things that we need to know is, what is a sequence? A sequence is a list of numbers in a specific order. A term is each number in the sequence. Arithmetic. Now, when we're talking about arithmetic sequences, we know that we're adding or adding a negative to find the next term. Sometimes we want to say that we're subtracting 5 each time to figure out a term, but that's not what we're actually doing. We're actually adding negative 5. And geometric has a common ratio. We're multiplying, or we're multiplying by the reciprocal. Sometimes we want to say we're dividing by 2, but actually what we're doing is we're multiplying by 1/2. Okay, so let's write this down here for arithmetic. Minus 5 actually means you're adding negative 5. Okay, minus 5 actually means that we're adding negative 5. Sorry about that. And geometric, divide by 2, actually means that we're multiplying by 1/2. Okay, basically that number you're dividing by, you put that in the denominator of the fraction, and we go ahead and say that we're multiplying by that number. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's talk about a couple of examples that we have. Okay, so here we have 2, 5, 8, 11. And it seems to me that this set of numbers is increasing. And it's increasing by between 2 to 5, I add 3. 5 to 8, I'm adding 3. 8 to 11, I'm adding 3. I would call this an arithmetic sequence. Because it's increasing by using addition. Okay. And then we would go ahead and say, if we were to find, we figured out what type of sequence it was, and the next 3 terms would be, okay, 11 plus 3, that's going to be 14, and then 14 plus 3 would be 17, and 17 plus 3 would be 20. So that's what I did with my arithmetic sequence. Now I have 3 to 6, I could say plus 3, but then it goes 6 to 12, and that looks like plus 6. So that it's not a sequence that's arithmetic, because the number I'm adding is different. So from 3 to 6, I'm going to say it's times 2. And from 6 to 12, times 2. See how it's the same between each one. And 12 to 24, that's a times by 2. So by doing that, I'm going to call that a geometric sequence. Now, the next 3 terms are going to be 24 times 2, so that's 48. 48 times 2, that's going to be 96. And then 96 times 2 ends up being 192. So we're able to figure out by adding and multiplying an arithmetic and geometric sequence. Down here is when we're looking at the numbers going down. You can see that they're going down. And from 20 to 12, it looks like I'm subtracting 8. From 12 to 4, I'm subtracting 8. From 4 to negative 4, I'm subtracting 8. But we don't say subtracting 8. What we're going to say is that the common difference is that we're adding negative 8. That's the common difference. This is what we want to say, because arithmetic sequences always have to have addition. And again, I am going to call it an arithmetic sequence. Now, to figure out the next 4 terms, I figure it out. I am adding negative 8 to negative 4, and my next term is negative 12. And then my next term is going to be negative 20. And then my next term is negative 28. 8, using those rules that we just dealt with for adding integers. Now, I have 54 to 18. I'll be honest with you, I'm looking at that and I'm like, okay, not exactly sure. So I'm going to look at this pattern here. From 18 to 6, I know that's divide by 3. And from 6 to 2, it's divide by 3. So I'm just going to check it and make sure 54 divided by 3 is going to be, sure enough, it's going to be 18. So that's a divide by 3. Now remember, we can't say that that's what the pattern is. We're going to say multiply by 1/3. Okay, to divide by 3 is to multiply by 1/3. This is the correct way to show our geometric sequence. So now I'm going to say 2 divided by 3, and I'm going to leave it as 2/3. Okay, and 2/3 divided by 3, or I could say 0.6 repeating. And then I could say the next one is going to be 2/9, or 0.2 repeating. And then the next one is going to be 0.074. All right, I just took the next term, 2/9 times 1/3. So we're multiplying it by 1/3 times 1/3, and that's going to be 2/27. Okay, if you have any questions or comments, please write them here in the space provided. Thank you.